curtains are drawn, but the light's leaking through. Every shadow on the wall looks a little like you. I reach for your hand in the heat of the night, but I woke up to cold sheets and gray morning light. You were the pulse that kept rhythm in me. Now I'm just a ghost of who I used to be. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, but you left me waiting in the rain this time. You'll never know, dear, how much I loved you until you find out what a heartbreak can do. You took all the gold and you left me the gray. Now I'm just a prayer for a lost day. I walk through the kitchen, I stare at your chair. The scent of your coffee is still in the air. They say time is a healer, that wounds start to close. But I'm just a garden that's lost its last rose. You promised forever, you swore on the stars, but now they're just ceiling lights over my scars. And if you're out there shining for someone new, do they see the heaven that I saw in you? Or are you just burning them bit by slow bit, leaving them cold when the candle is lit? Please don't take my sunshine but you already did, but you already did. Now it's just the clock on the wall is ticking like a blade, cutting through the promises that we once made. The moon is a sliver of silver and glass, watching the ghosts of our memories pass. I'm holding my breath in the hollow of the room, where the scent of your absence is the only thing in bloom. And the broken night bleeds into a bruised up dawn. I'm reaching for a hand that's already gone. Every shadow on the ceiling looks like your face, a map of a love that I can't quite erase. the sky, but they keep falling down like a tired goodbye. The static on the radio is humming your name. A flickering candle, a dying out flame. How do I wake from a nightmare that's real, when my heart is a wound that refuses to heal? Midnight is a thief that stole away your spark, leaving me to wander through the ruins of the dark. It's a slow motion crash, it's a long distance fall, watching the ink run dry on the writing on the wall. And the broken night bleeds into a bruised up dawn. I'm reaching for a hand that's already gone. Every shadow on the ceiling looks like your face, a map of a love that I can't quite erase. The silence is screaming, the darkness is deep. I'm losing the secrets I promised to keep. Yeah, the broken night bleeds, and I can't get to sleep. Red on the edges, gray in the core. I don't know who I am without you anymore. Just let the night bleed out, let it bleed until there's nothing left of me. I found your sweater in the bottom drawer, the one you said you didn't need no more. It still smells like the rain in your perfume. A ghost of us still haunting every room. I reach for my phone to tell you a joke, but remember the silence is all that you spoke. Oh, because forgotten love is a heavy kind of blue. It's the way you look at me like I'm someone you never knew. We built a kingdom on a promise and a spark. Now I'm just a shadow dancing in the dark. You moved on so fast, left me standing in the rain, while I'm still memorizing the ghost of your name. Yeah, forgotten love is the sharpest kind of pain. I saw you laughing at that old cafe, the one where we wasted our Saturdays away. You caught my eye and then you looked through, like I was a stranger just passing by you. How do you erase the years from your skin? How do I stop the cold from letting itself in? They say time is a healer, it's just a thief, stealing the memories and leaving the grief from a footnote in a book you've already closed. The only one left who still feels exposed. Oh, because forgotten is the sharpest kind of pain. You forgot to remember, but I can't seem to forget. Just a heart-shaped scar and a lifetime of regret. Yeah, it hurts to be forgotten by you. I left the porch light burning just in case you changed your mind, but the bulb flickered out, leaving everything behind. The summer we gathered is a harvest turned to rust, and every I love you is settling into dust. I'm shivering in a sweater that still smells like your skin, trying to bolt the door, but the cracks are letting it in, and the cold wind blows through the holes in my chest, where a heart used to beat. Now it's laid to rest. It whistles your name through the pines and the glass, counting the seconds as the long shadows pass. You were the fire, but you left me the snow. Now there's nowhere for a hollow man to go. I see our old tires swing, twisting on the line, like a pendulum marking the end of your time and mine. The garden is buried, the lilies are dead and gone. It's a bitter kind of mercy, waiting for a dawn that won't come on. I wrap my arms around myself to keep from falling apart, but there's no insulation for a frozen, jagged heart. They say the seasons have to turn, the leaves have to fall, but I wasn't ready to lose it all. The mercury's dropping, the sky's turning lead. I'm haunted by the ghost of every word we never said. Let it freeze, let it die, let it take what's left of me. 'Cause the winter is the only thing that's keeping me company. Just let the cold wind blow. Yeah, let it blow. The streetlights flicker like they're losing hope. I'm at the end of every tether, every rope. The tea's gone cold, the clock has stopped its beat. Just the sound of my own heart in a slow retreat. I leave the porch light on, a habit I can't break. A little piece of mercy for a soul that's bound to ache. The world keeps turning, but I'm standing still, climbing up a mountain with the broken will. The bed is a desert, the silence is a stain. I'm the only one left to carry all this rain. You found a new sun, you're dancing in the light. But for me, it's just a lonely night. I trace the empty space where you used to lay, counting all the words that I was too afraid to say. Funny how the echoes are louder than the screams, tearing through the fabric of my hollowed out dreams. Your side of the closet is a hollow open wound, a symphony of sorrow that's forever out of tune. Is it easier to leave or to be the one who stays, counting down the hours of these suffocating days? I'm a ghost in this house, a shadow on the floor, waiting for a hand that doesn't knock here anymore. The world keeps turning, but I'm standing still, climbing up a mountain with a broken will. The bed It's just a lonely night. The stars are just holes in the sky tonight, leaking out the dark, hiding all the light. Yeah, you're gone, but the lonely nights remain. They always remain. The clouds moved in the day you packed your bags. Now my spirit's hanging in these heavy tatters and rags. I watched your taillights vanish through the gray. In the summer heat just withered and died away. Now there's a dampness settling in my very bones, turning all our happy memories into heavy stones. And the cold rain falls on the garden we grew, drowning every flower that reminds me of you. It washes out the color, it blurs the city lights like 1,000 little needles on this heart of mine. You're somewhere dry and warm, far beyond the storm, while I'm shivering in pieces, trying to stay warm. Yeah, the cold rain falls, and it never lets me be. I walk the pavement just to feel the sting of every bitter drop and the hollow songs they sing. People hide under umbrellas, rushing for the door, but I don't see the point in running anymore. If I get soaked to the skin, maybe I won't feel the burn of the bridge you set on fire with no bridge to return. It's not a gentle shower, it's a flood inside my chest, a restless kind of weather, and it won't let me rest. The sky is just a mirror of the way I'm feeling now, heavy, dark, and broken, and I don't know how to make it stop. Because the cold rain falls on the garden we grew, drowning every flower that reminds me of you. It washes out the color, it blurs the city lines like 1,000 little needles on this heart of mine. You're somewhere dry and warm, far beyond the storm, while I'm and it never lets me be. Just let it pour until I can't feel the salt of my tears anymore. Just the sky crying with me. Let the cold rain fall. Let it fall. The dial tone is humming a low, hollow tune under the gaze of a cold indifference. Pick up the receiver just to feel the weight, like a fool holding on to a love that's too late. I know your number by the beat of my heart, but dialing the digits is the hardest part. When the lonely night calls, I've got nowhere to run. Counting the damage of everything we've done. It's a voice in the hallway, a creak on the floor, the ghost of your key turning inside the door. The stars are all static, the sky is a wall, and I'm just a shadow waiting for the fall. Yeah, I'm shivering whenever the lonely night comes. I left a message I'll never actually send, searching for a middle in this bitter cold end. The walls are closing in like a velvet cage, while I'm stuck on the words of a tear-stained page. Is your phone on the nightstand? Is it glowing blue? Is it crying out for me like I'm crying for you? It's the 3 a.m. hunger, the ache in the chest, the part of the breakup that won't let me rest. Every siren outside is a scream I held in, wondering where your life ends and mine should begin. When the lonely night calls, I've got nowhere to run. Counting the damage of everything we've done. It's a voice in the hallway, a creak on the floor, the ghost of your key turning inside the door. The stars are all static, the sky is a wall, and I'm just a shadow waiting for the fall. Yeah, I'm shivering whenever the lonely night comes. Pick up, please pick up. But the line is just dead, just the said. The lonely night calls, and I'm still listening. Yeah, I'm still here. I left the porch light burning till the bulb went dim, a flickering hope on a broken wind. The garden gate is rusted, frozen in its place, just like the smile I'm trying to keep on my face. I kept your coffee mug where it used to be, a little piece of you still looking back at me. Because forgotten love waits in the quietest rooms, in the dust on the shelves, in the winter that looms. You walked 1,000 miles into somebody's arms, while I'm still guarding us from the cold and the harms. It's a lonely devotion, a beautiful sin, to keep the door open for what won't come back in. Yeah, forgotten love waits where the pavement begins. The seasons are changing, the leaves turn to gold, but I'm still wrapped up in a story we told. They say I should leave it and walk toward the light, but I'm terrified of losing you to the night. If I stop remembering, do you disappear? If I stop the waiting, are you never coming near? Time is a river that carries the brave, but I'm just a lighthouse on top of a grave, still shining a signal for a ship that went down. The king of a memory, the ghost of a town. Because forgotten love waits in the quiet to lose, in the dust on the shelves, in the winter that looms. You walked 1,000 miles into somebody's arms, while I'm still guarding us from the cold and the harms. It's a lonely devotion, a beautiful sin, to keep the door open for what won't come back in. Yeah, forgotten love waits where the pavement begins. I'm still here in the space you outgrew, doing the waiting for both me and you. Yeah, it always waits, even when you don't. I'm tracing the outlines of a face I used to know in the quiet corner corners where the shadows like to grow. There's a salt-stained pillow and a hollow in the bed, and 1,000 conversations that we never finished said. I try to keep the volume up to drown the empty space, but the silence has a way of putting me back in my place. And the forgotten tears whisper like a secret in the dark, searching for the embers of a long extinguished spark. They don't fall in a torrent, they don't crash like the sea. They just leak out of the places where you used to be. You found a new reason to smile and to breathe, while I'm still tangled in the web that you leave. Those forgotten tears whisper your name to the night. I saw a picture of us from a lifetime ago, before the frost settled and the fire burned low. You look so happy and I look so sure, like we'd found the one thing that was certain and pure. But now that ink is fading and the edges are torn, and I'm just a stranger who's weary and worn. It's the quietest heartbreak that hurts the most, living in a house with a beautiful ghost. They aren't loud enough for the world to hear, just a soft, steady rhythm of a lonely, hidden fear. And the forgotten tears whisper like a secret in the dark, searching for the embers of the long extinguished spark. They don't fall in a torrent, they don't crash like the sea. They just leak out of the places where you used to be. You found a new reason to smile, your name to breathe, while I'm still tangled in the web that you weave. Yeah, those forgotten tears whisper your name to the night. Shh, can we hear them? The ghosts of the us we used to be, crying for a version of you and me. They're just whispers now, soft, broken, forgotten. I left the key beneath the mattress where it used to stay, in case you found the road back home and headed out my way. The dust is gathering on the shelf, on every frame and book. I'm terrified to move a thing or give a second look. The calendar is frozen on the day you walked away, while I'm just a monument to things I couldn't say. Oh, because broken love waits like a ghost in the hall, leaning its head against a hollowed out wall. It doesn't scream or shout, it just sits in the dark, holding a match but terrified of the spark. You moved a world away, found a sky that is blue, but I'm still the anchor that's waiting for you. Yeah, broken love waits till the heart breaks in two. The calendar is frozen on the day you walked away, and I'm still caught in yesterday, wishing you would stay. They say that time will heal the wounds, that I should move along, but every step I take away feels painfully wrong. I'm holding on to phantom hands, a love I can't retrieve, lost in this space you left behind with nothing to believe. This house is a museum now of moments we can't claim. Each photograph a silent shout, whispering your name. I trace the lines upon the glass where your reflection used to be, just a fading memory staring back at me. Oh, because broken love waits like a ghost in the hall, leaning its head against a hollowed out wall. It doesn't scream or shout, it just sits in the dark, holding a match but terrified of the spark. You moved a world away, found a sky that is blue, but I'm still the anchor that's waiting for you. Broken love waits till the heart breaks in two. Still in the doorway, still in the rain, a constant reminder of a lingering pain. Yeah, it waits, it stays in the echoes of forgotten days. I've memorized the patterns of the cracks across the ceiling. Trapped inside the static of this cold and numbing feeling. The tea's gone stone cold in the cup, the shadows start to talk. footstep that I know will never fall. I built a prison out of thoughts, a fortress made of white, watching every minute of the world just pass me by. Waits for the sun to kill the night. The radio is humming, but I don't hear a single note. Just the lump of all my regrets rising in my throat. I try to read a book, but keep on staring at the page. A bird that forgot how to fly inside a gilded cage. They tell me just stay busy, keep the engine running fast, but my brain is just a graveyard for a love that couldn't last. It's a dangerous neighborhood, the corners of my head, walking down the alleys of the things we left unsaid. The imagination's cruel and it's working on its own, carving out a masterpiece of being all alone. Oh, the only lights in a house of hollow echoes, chasing after ghosts and the secrets that the night knows. I'm replaying every movie, every word you ever said, trying to find the living in the middle of the dead. You found a new direction, you're light years out of sight, but a lonely night waits for the sun to kill the night. Still thinking, still sinking, still waiting for a light to break the gray. But the lonely mind, it just gets in its own way. Yeah, it waits. It always waits. I'm biting on my knuckles just to keep the quiet in, but the walls are getting thinner and the air is getting thin. I see your ghost in the doorway, I see your coat on the hood. tried to be the bigger soul, I tried to let you go, but there's a frantic kind of rhythm burning deep down in the low. Because broken love screams when the lights go down, like a siren in the middle of a ghost-filled town. It's not a gentle weeping or a soft and steady sigh. It's a jagged, bloody anthem reaching for the sky. You're sleeping in the silence of a life that's brand new. All my broken love screams for a version of you. Yeah, it screams until my heart turns blue. I threw the glass against the wall just to hear something break. Anything to match the sound of this hollow, heavy ache. The neighbors probably wonder why the floorboards always groan. It's just the weight of a person who's never felt so alone. How do you go from always to a stranger on the street while I'm still burning up in the middle of the heat? It's a visceral thunder, it's a crack in the bone, the loudest vibration I've ever known. I'm clawing at the curtains, I'm begging for love, but the noise inside my chest is anything but dull. Because broken love screams when the lights go down, like a siren in the middle of a ghost-filled town. It's not a gentle weeping or a soft and steady sigh. It's a jagged, bloody anthem reaching for the sky. You're sleeping in the silence of a life that's brand new. All my broken love screams for a version of you. Yeah, it screams until my heart turns blue. Can you hear it? The sound of the urge that died, ripping through the ego and the tattered, hollow pride. It won't be quiet, it won't let go. It screams until I'm nothing but the echo. The frost is creeping round the window frame. The silver light is whispering your name. I'm sitting on the edge of a bed made for two, staring at the space that belongs to you. The world is asleep in a blanket of white, but I'm wide awake in this frozen glow. No heat in the light, just a clinical view of my soul's darkest fight. It shines on the letters I should have burned long ago, and the garden of us that's now buried in snow. How can something so beautiful be so unkind, reflecting the emptiness you left behind? It doesn't blink, it doesn't turn its head, it just counts the hours I spend in this dread. A silent witness to the wreck of a man trying to survive the best that he can. And the cold moon watches from a million miles away, seeing all the things that I'm too broken to say. It's a pale, lonely eye in a velvet black sky, watching every tear that I'm forced to cry. You're warm in the arms of a brand new flame. Now the cold moon watches me call out your name. Yeah, it sees the ghost of the heart you came to claim. Shine down, show me where the feeling goes. Everything ends and everyone knows, but the cold moon stays, and the silence grows. It just watches, it always watches. I'm moving through the kitchen like a shadow on a wall, trying not to trip, trying not to fall. The house is so quiet I can hear the dust ascend, the muffled heavy rhythm of a story at its end. I don't slam the doors and I don't scream your name. I just sit here in the ashes of a cold and dying flame, and the tears fall quietly like snow upon the lake, without a single sound for the heart to finally break. They don't ask for pity, they don't seek a hand to hold. They're just the liquid silver of a love that's turned to gold. You're miles away from here, beneath a different sky, while tears fall quietly. And I know I saw your favorite book sitting lonely on the shelf, and for a second there I almost lost myself. But I took the feeling back like a letter in a drawer, because I'm not the person you're looking for anymore. The neighbors see me walking, they think I'm doing fine. They don't see the watermark at the finish of the line. Sometimes the loudest pain is the one that makes no noise. The shattered silent pieces of our broken discarded toys. No sirens in the distance, no crashing of the glass, just the soft and steady weeping as the hours slowly pass. And the tears fall quietly like snow upon the lake, without a single sound for the heart to finally break. They don't ask for pity, they don't seek a hand to hold. They're just the liquid silver of a love that's turned to gold. You're miles away from here, beneath a different sky, while tears fall quietly in an unknown. No splash, no sound, just the salt hitting the ground. Go on and be happy, go on and be free, while they fall quietly. Just for me. I'm sitting on the edge where the mattress meets the air, reaching for a ghost that isn't really there. The hallway is a tunnel of shadows and regrets, a graveyard for the promises and all our hollow beds. I keep the TV humming just to hear a human tone, anything to drown the fact that I am all alone. Oh, the night feels empty, like a glass that's run dry, underneath the weight of a wide and lonely sky. It's a hollow in my chest, it's a coldness in the bed, replaying every single word that we ever said. The world is fast asleep while I'm drowning in the blue, because the night feels empty without the soul of you. Yeah, it's just a hollow echo of the things we used to do. The stars look like pinpricks in a heavy velvet shroud. I'm trying to speak your name, but I can't say it out loud. Every creak of the floorboards sounds like you're coming home, but it's just the house settling into being on its own. kitchen clock, but the hands are standing still, like they're waiting for a heartbeat or a sudden change of will. They say the dawn is coming, that the light will break the dark, but I'm just a pilot light looking for a spark. The hours are like mountains that I'm forced to climb alone, in a city made of memories and a heart made of stone. The night feels empty, like a glass that's run dry, underneath the weight of a wide and lonely sky. It's a hollow in my chest, it's a coldness in the bed, replaying every single word that we ever said. The world is fast asleep while I'm drowning in the blue, because the night feels empty without the soul of you. Yeah. It's just a hollow echo of the things we used to do. So much space in this little room, wrapped in the silence and the midnight gloom. The night feels empty, and the morning feels too far away. Yeah, it's empty in every single way. I memorize the patterns of the cracks across the ceiling, trapped inside the static of this cold and numbing feeling. The tea's gone stone cold in the cup, the shadows start to talk. I'm listening for a footstep that I know will never fall. I built a prison out of thoughts, a fortress made of white, watching every minute of the world just pass me by. Waits for the sun to kill the night. The radio is humming, but I don't hear a single note. Just the lump of all my regrets rising in my throat. first neighborhood, the corners of my head, walking down the alleys of the things we left unsaid. The imagination's cruel when it's working on its own, carving out a masterpiece of being all alone. Holding on in minds in a house of hollow echoes, chasing after ghosts and the secrets that the night knows. I'm replaying every movie, every word you ever said, trying to find the living in the middle of the dead. You found a new direction, you're light years out of sight, but a lonely night waits for the sun to kill the night. Still thinking, still sinking, still waiting for a light to break the gray. But the lonely mind, it just gets in its own way. Yeah, wait, it always waits. The thermostat is humming, but it's lying to the room. There's a frost inside my spirit and a heavy sense of doom. I'm wrapped in every blanket that we bought when we were us, but the threads are feeling thin now, turning into dust. I stare at the digital clock as the numbers start to bleed, realizing you're the only warmth I'll ever really need. And midnight feels cold when your side of the bed is a canyon of silence and things left unsaid. The moon is a sliver of ice in the sky, watching the ghost of our chemistry die. You're sleeping in sunshine, miles away, while I'm shivering through the hours, begging for day. Yeah, midnight feels cold, and the chill's here to stay. I walked into the kitchen just to hear the floorboards groan, the loudest sound I've heard since I've been living here alone. I touched the cold enamel of the kettle on the stove, a monument to every little treasure that we wove. Now the air is thick with winter, even though it's middle June, and I'm dancing with a shadow to a dark and hollow tune. It's a blue kind of shiver, a deep kind of ache, the kind of frozen surface that's never gonna break. I'm breathing out white clouds in the dark of the hall, waiting for a summer that'll never come at all. And midnight feels cold when your side of the bed is a canyon of silence and things left unsaid. The moon is a sliver of ice in the sky, watching the ghost of our chemistry die. You're sleeping in sunshine, miles away, while I'm shivering through the hours, begging for day. Midnight feels cold, and the chill's here to stay. Turn off the light, but it doesn't help the frost. Counting up the price of everything I've lost. 12 o'clock, 1, 2. God, midnight feels cold without you. I'm sitting on the floor with the letters in my hand, like a traveler stranded in a vast and shifting sand. You told me always with a look so sharp and bright. Now I'm just a witness to the dying of the light. I keep the ticket stubs for the trips we never took, a forgotten bookmark in a dusty half-read book. And I'm holding broken promises like shards of jagged glass, watching all the futures that will never come to pass. They're cutting through my palms, but I can't let them go, 'cause they're the only pieces of you left for me to know. You're building something new on a foundation of goodbye, while I'm clutching at the echoes of a beautiful whispered lie. You're holding broken promises is how I stay alive. The ring is in the velvet box, hidden in the back, a silent reminder of the things that we now lack. You promised we would weather every storm the sky could send, but you left me at the harbor when the world began to bend. Now I trace the ink where you sign your name so bold, wondering how a vow could turn so bitter and so cold. They say that words are wind, that they vanish in the air, but mine are heavy chains that lead to nowhere but despair. I'm a curator of wreckage, a keeper of the flame, in a temple built of someday and the ghost of your name. And I'm holding broken promises tired, and my heart is black and blue, still carrying the forever that was meant for me and you. Just a fistful of glass, just a handful of air, holding on to nothing that's there. The sun went down an hour ago, but I'm still standing at the gate, watching the shadows stretch like ghosts across the place we used to wait. I reached my hand to touch the air where your shoulder used to be, but there's only cold white light tonight staring back at me. The stars are distant pinpricks, too far to hear me call, and the silence in this garden is the loudest sound of all. And the lonely moon waits for the sun to come home, a silver ghost in a velvet sky. Forever all alone, I'm hanging on a promise that's begun to fade and fray, like a crescent moon that's hollow, just wasting away. Yeah, the lonely moon waits, but the dawn never breaks. It's a heavy kind of haunting for both our sakes. Porch lights flickering out now, a dying yellow eye. I'm tracing circles in the dust, wondering why you said goodbye. They say the moon influences the tides, pulling oceans to the shore, but it can't pull you back to me, not through this locked front door. The world is sleeping soundly, wrapped in dreams I'll never know, while I'm anchored to this memory with nowhere left to go. Is it madness to stay here under a sky that never speaks, with the cold silver winter running rivers down my cheeks? I'm a satellite in orbit, bound by a gravity I hate, just a lonely moon waiting, even though it's far too late. And the lonely moon waits for the sun to come home, a silver ghost in a velvet sky. Forever all alone, I'm hanging on a promise that's begun to fade and fray, like a crescent moon that's hollow, just wasting away. Yeah, the lonely moon waits, but the dawn never breaks. It's a heavy kind of haunting for both our sakes. The sky is turning gray now, the stars have closed their eyes, the moon is disappearing as the morning starts to rise. But I'll be back tomorrow when the light begins We were talking like tomorrow's stay, like nothing fragile could ever break. Your laughter filled my quiet nights. I never saw the last sunrise. Your jacket still hangs by the door. Your words still echo on the floor. I kept a space for you to return, but you left me nothing to learn. I reached for you, you slipped away. No warning sign, no words to say. Love ending without goodbye. No last kiss, no reason why. One day you were mine, next day just a memory. But silence is your reply. My heart still asks the sky why love ended without goodbye. I read our messages again, trying to find out where it ends. You said forever like a fact that never looked back. I blame myself, I blame the time, I blamed every fragile line. But some hearts leave without a sound. Some loves just don't stick around. I would have stayed through any storm. You left me cold without a warning. Love ended without goodbye. No final truth, no last goodbye. You closed the door while I was still believing. I held on while you let go. Still loving you, you'll never know. My heart still wonders why love ended without goodbye. If I had known the night was last, I would have loved you deeper fast. I would have said the things I kept instead of crying tears I wept. Now all I have are almost maybes, empty rooms and broken babies. Dreams we named but never lived, promises you never gave. Love ended without goodbye, but you're everywhere I see, in every song, in every lie. I tell myself to breathe. I'm learning how to let you go, but my heart still asks the sky why love ended without goodbye. So if you ever think of me, know I stayed when you walked free. I loved you till the final sigh, even why love ended without goodbye.